Hello my friends and welcome to episode 31 of our Football Manager 2019 Let's Play with Rangers. Today we've got a few things to go through. We've got two games. We've got Chelsea in the Europa League Cup Group B match day 5, which has become quite an important game given those results against Fenerbahce. And then we've got Celtic in the Bet30 Cup final. Since the last episode where we played Fenerbahce and Aberdeen, we have played just one game at Johnston. We drew it 1-1, a fairly disappointing result in all honesty. It's not been the best sort of run of form for us. We started this game fairly poorly, but we did have the better of the chances. We did grow into the game, we just couldn't finish at Johnston off in the end. They defended very, very well once they got their goal, and there's not a whole lot we can do about that. There's one other thing that we need to cover though, which is why I brought you here rather than going into the game and just explaining that. We've got our Brexit situation. So, if we go slightly further back, as you see, it's a fairly soft Brexit. Non-EU players, EU players currently in the league already will class as non-foreign during their current contract. All that sort of stuff, squad rules for the Premier League. This is one of the things that irks me about this situation is, as you can see, the appeal bid, 3 points if the transfer fee is in the top 50% of all transfers to the English Premier Division. Now, England and Scotland's work permit system in real life works separate, and that was a big part of the bug that was before the Brexit. That really frustrated me. It prevented me from getting a cut of players that in real life would have passed work permits. So, basically, we're going to have to work with this now, but we can work with it. So we've got the standard work permit based on the player's national ranking and all that. And if transfer for a player with current permit, again, actually really pretty much the same. And then we've got the appeal bid. Now this is where I think this can be manipulated so easily. So you get 3 points if the player wages in the top 50% of the top 30 earners at the club. You only need 4 points. So they basically then need to pick a player that is an active player from a player in the top 6 leagues in Europe or the top 2 leagues in South America. That's your 4 points. Or if the transfer is worth more than currently 4.3 million, that's another 2 points. Or if it's a bigger transfer, 11.5 million, which I think would be the top transfer for Scotland. That window, or over the last 2 or 3 windows, you would get a work permit as well. So that bit again brings you back to the point of this is how the appeal system would work in Scotland. Is pretty much this exact appeal, is the wage, how likely they are to play, what do they offer to the Scottish game, and the transfer fee cost, etc, etc. Matt Polster just signed for Rangers in the January transfer window. He would never have got a work permit in the English rules for a Scottish team. So that's examples of that. But we can work with this, we can manipulate this. It just means maybe we spend a bit more on a transfer than we maybe have to. We still couldn't get Rajkovic because he's away to Porto now anyway, but we still couldn't have got him anyway because the minimum release clause he has is 3.3 million. We'd have to pay 4.3 million. Although if we paid that extra million and then, gave him the wages he wanted, he would now pass a work permit. So, again, as I'm saying, we can manipulate this situation to get our appeal bids through and bring in foreign players. So it actually works out maybe slightly better for us. We do not have league registration rules, so we don't have the foreign limit issue that we would have elsewhere. Just quickly show you the league table. Celtic dropped more points, which means we're still 4 points behind despite those disappointing results in the last couple of games against Aberdeen and St Johnstone. And if we'd actually won both of them, we'd be level on points with them again, frustrating things. Anyway guys, we've got 2 games to get into today, so let's get into them. Let's get straight into Chelsea at home. So we've really went for this. We've got David Ray in goal. He's still nursing an injury, but I did rush him back and he done okay in this at Johnston game. Tavernier, McCrory, Katic and Barisic lining off the defence with Fellaini, Elena and Jadis in front. Of course, Casey Palmer can't play. And actually, to be honest, that was our only midfield options. Other than pushing McCrory into the midfield and Fellaini further forward. As you can see, there's not a central midfielder on the bench because they're either all injured or unregistered. Malcolm, Solomon and Solanke line off our front three. And if just having a quick look, Ross Barkley, obviously on loan at Celtic last season, managed to go back down to Chelsea and get himself a place in the team for this game. Fenerbahce have played their game before us, and that puts us third in the table. Chelsea ahead of us. Fenerbahce a point ahead of us as well. So we need something from this game. Fenerbahce, of course, would still be ahead of us if we drew this game. Simply because of head-to-head. They got that win in Istanbul, of course. And then we drew 0-0 at home. They played much more defensive. I'm still frustrated that we only managed 1 point out of a possible 6 against Fenerbahce. Over the 2 games, I felt we were far the stronger team. Even in the 3-1 defeat, I felt we were actually better than them. And it just didn't work out. They hit good attacks and they were clinical, and we weren't. Oh, it's Solomon's nicked in. He's got it across. Malcolm, good save, but Kepa can't get the rebound. He's still going down as Malcolm volleys the rebound home. Good start for us against Chelsea. We've still got the Ukraine to go to, so it's not the easiest last away game. I know they've not won a game yet, but I don't want to be relying on having to go there for a win to progress. That would not be ideal. And the reality is I still see us as a Champions League club, and I look at the players we've got, and there's no way we're a worse team than last season, in my opinion. And we had a couple of comments that suggested otherwise, that it felt I'd maybe had a bad transfer window and regressed the team. But I certainly felt we added value, and we added value into the right areas, and we improved the team in the process. It's Fellaini in for Malcolm again. Oh, I wasn't expecting a cross like that from Marouane Fellaini, to be honest. Malcolm, not the tallest. He's not had the best season for us, to be honest. I've not been overly impressed with the man from Barcelona, but he's got us 2 goals here to put us 2-0 up inside the first 21 minutes against Chelsea. Oh, what a start for this game for us. Is there a contention for offside here? No, never in a million years. In fact, he's just got in front of his man, really. Not the best defending from. I think it would be Marcus Alonso that was against him, but I'm not sure. As Kepa plays it out to Ampandu. Here is Marcus Alonso now on the ball, and he's going to find Morata because Katic is sleeping. Rare with the save onto the crossbar, cleared away. Tavernier will bring it out as the highlight ends. Hazard with the corner, whips it out into Willian. Solomon launches this one clear, and he's found Dominic Solanke with that clearance. Can Solanke? Oh, he's got past him, and he's got to find Malcolm. Selfish there from Malcolm. He's on his weaker right foot. I feel like just playing it across the goal there, we've got so many men coming into the box, would have been the right decision. Kante plays it out to Eden Hazard. Oh, he's got the beating of just about everyone, but we're following in as well as we can. Katic heads away. Absolute monster in the air, of course, Nikola Katic. Willian off the crossbar, rebound straight at David Raya. Right, I need to just give a sort of tighten up here, because they're all over us. They're frustrated. I'm not sure why they're frustrated. I'm just literally going out there and just saying, nearly half time, tighten up, look after primary objective number 1, which is getting into half time now. They've had a lot of chances since our second goal. 2-0 up. That brace from Malcolm at half time is sensational. And that didn't quite work. So let's try and recover it. We've recovered it. Any changes to be made? Not really. Ideally, my brain says bring Ray off, but the next game's a cup final anyway. And as much as it's against Celtic, I always try and give my cups to the reserve goalkeeper, or at least the backup goalkeeper. So Liam Kelly will play that anyway. So he'll get a bit of a breather then. Excuse me. Carlos Salena tied in. Barisic's tied in. Tavernier's picked up a knock. In fact, I'm not really sure what I can do about Tavernier here, but he's against Eden Hazard. I need some sort of freshness down there. Rocky Vashiri could go out there. Ross McCrory could probably go out there. Do you know what? As a fullback on defend, Rocky Vashiri could actually work. He's a really tough guy to get past. He's certainly not the big powerhouse that Tav is going forward. But I think Rocky Bashiri could work here as a right back. And he would offer a physical challenge. Hazard came off and I've not even realised. But he would offer a physical challenge down that side that, maybe Tavernier doesn't offer. He's similar in pace, but he's certainly not in terms of physicality. Look at the size of him. Januzaj's ball blocked. And it's cleared away up to Malcolm again. The man on loan from Barcelona, as my voice is gone. He's found Solomon. I'm really sorry for my voice going, guys. I'm fist pumping as I'm trying to celebrate and cough to get it out. Something stuck in my throat and I don't know what. But it was a blocked Januzaj ball by Fellaini. It fell for Elena, and he played it to Jadis, who found Malcolm in space. Great ball in from Malcolm on his weaker foot to Solomon, who again's not had the best of season this year. But he's tucked home to make it 3-0. Morata winning the header. And whipped in. Barisic away only as far as Kante. Bit frustrated that they're winning headers against, you look at the size difference of some of our players. Solomon's probably the exception actually. Zuma, Walker, Van de Beek played a cross. Marcus Alonso got Malcolm for company, but he still gets his cross in. And Willian's there to put Chelsea back in it. I'm just having a quick look at fitness levels here. Elena's knackered, but I don't really know what I can do about Elena right now. I think the option is to bring Holding on for Fellaini and push McCrory into midfield. Seems our best option right now. I'm hoping I've not put this on a full match here. No, we've not. So we've just got an instant highlight, which isn't ideal because I feel like they're on the front foot right now. Walker to Zuma in the highlight, thank God. I don't like making defensive subs and I made 2. I really dislike making defensive subs. I think we'll have to find a way of getting Elena off this pitch. Oh, that's going to put us on the full highlights, isn't it? Nope. Right, pause just for a second. While I try and work out this. Patrick Roberts, where can you play, pal? Everywhere the one position that I would want you to play right now. I can't even really do anything else. Malcolm can. Solomon can. Patrick Roberts might be our best option, just to get Elena off. Barisic also knackered, but I don't want to make another defensive sub. Although that said, it's Willian that's causing us all the problems, so maybe Gianluca Itter might be the best option. Yeah. I think that's our best option. I hate changing the defence in a game. It's always one of my pet hates. And in probably one of our biggest games of the season, we've made 3 defensive changes. Zuma throws it into Merino. Willian played away to Van den Beek. Katic steps in well. Bashiri. Rob Holding. Back to Bashiri. Back to Rob Holding. I'm really not liking this around the back here, guys. Played away. What in the world is Malcolm doing? He's literally just watching him have space there. As Kante comes in. Oh my dear God. Okay. Didn't know Kante was capable of that. Let's go defensive. Yeah, we're putting you onto... Let's put you on the inside forward support for now, actually. Stop playing out of defence. Be more disciplined. Passing directness. Much more direct. Tempo. Lower. Time wasted frequently. Regroup and hold shape. Slow the pace down. Don't be disrespected there. Right, that's fine. And then kind of go into David Rea and just be even more. Okay, apparently you can't do that with used to be one of my go-tos was just come into the goalkeeper and just be like, waste time with your goal kicks. N'Golo Kante with an absolute thunderbolt puts this game right into the sweat. Gets a decent touch here, goes round Katic with ease, and then pings it from 25 yards, maybe 20 yards, but not quite the typical N'Golo Kante play that you expect to see. That's the more typical N'Golo Kante play. Just blow the whistle, ref. We're overtime. Blow it, ref. Blow it. Going out of play. That's got to be it, ref. It's got to be it. It is. We've won 3-2. It was a lot more stressful than that should have been. You know, we're 3-0 up with 25 minutes to go. That should have been cruise control from there. Oh, but that puts us back top of the group, I think. Let's go have a look when it loads. Keep you guys in the loop. Stages. Group B, we've qualified. I don't know how we've qualified, because if we lose to... Oh, yeah, because Chelsea and Fenerbahce would both need to win. Wouldn't they? Yeah, so we've qualified. Simple as that. We've got the Ukraine to go to, but we are qualified with that result. Because Chelsea would lose to us on head-to-head. So, you know, a draw there would leave, and a loss for us would leave us both on 10 points, us on head-to-head, Fenerbahce on 9. Fenerbahce win, Chelsea go out. So, it's perfect. We are through, and we are guaranteed to be in the next round. The final, as you can see at the top, is at Ibrox, so this would be a very good year to make that final. And we've got Celtic in a Betfred Cup final now, so we're going to skip right to that. It's game 2 of the episode. It's Celtic. It's an Old Firm Derby Cup final. The team that we've gone with is Liam Kelly in goal, Paslak, McCrory, Katic and Barisic lining off the defence. Fosu Mensah, Elena and Casey Palmer returns in midfield with Jadis dropping to the bench. Ben Mackey takes the right wing slot. I decided to give him a chance, really. Antonio Marin and Solanke leading off the front three. Ben Mackey actually probably more suited to how I play than Malcolm and Patrick Roberts. So, you know, it kind of works out in that sense, but I've been trying to give him a chance in the Cups. And I kind of feel like, you know, when he's played well, so he's deserving of that chance as much as Malcolm had that stormer in the last game. You know, even just having to rest players, is they're in already. Barisic, though, getting in and getting it back to Liam Kelly. I'm sure that put B Barisic there. Have they got a Barisic in their team that I've missed? They don't, so I'm confused as to why. Hopefully, though, we can get a win here, get the first trophy in the bag for the season, and end any treble fears that might be there with their early season form. Katic plays it up to Barisic. Katic again, launching forward, this time looking for Solanke. Doesn't find him as the header clears. Nisham over the top. Katic rocking the air as well, but only finds Olivier. This time Aranzi. It's a decent ball in, and I kind of just felt like everything stopped for a second there, and there was a penalty about to be given. I wasn't sure why, but everything stopped, and I was like, oh no, it's going to be one of those. I'm going to demand a bit more, see if we can fire them up a little bit. Focused, pressurised and focused. Okay, that's not ideal. Got a couple of yellows as well, including the one to Nikola Katic, although their feedback is distressed, so that kind of looks helpful. But we've not really looked good early on. Katic plays it across to Marin. Antonio Marin bursting forward, going past a few Celtic players before finding Dominic Solanke. Almost feels like they're very defensive here. It's the ball from Solanke was awful. About to run through to Ben Mackey. Marin stopped his run and got brought down. And it's a penalty going to be taken by Borna Barisic. It's in the back of the net. 1-0 Rangers. And we've not looked great. Their defensive line was extremely defensive there. And we found a pass, and I think it was Mealing just put a leg out and caught Marin off the ball. The referee spotted it. Clear penalty once it's spotted. And we get the penalty, and Barisic tucks home. I didn't actually think he was on penalties anymore. I'm sure I'd put someone else on there. Either way, it doesn't matter. Whoever was put on it, man, mustn't be playing today. And Borna Barisic takes it and scores it for the penalty that Antonio Madden won. We're going to guard against complacency. Get fairly good apart from Niko Katic's response. Fosu Mensah, Ross McCrory. Oh, Elena just about keeping it away from Joseph Martinez there as Barisic with the corner. Whips in. Back post, McCrory keeps it alive. Knocked away by Denswell. Barisic whips it in again. Cleared away this time. Olivier picks up and finds Shong. He's got man on the far side. That's not good. Incisive counter from Celtic there. Not a whole lot we can do when they counter with that level of pace. And I'm a bit frustrated. 2 or 3 players get attracted to Chong here. I think it's number 41. That's got to be Paslak, I think. Doesn't spot the run, and he sort of covers in middle ground. And it just leaves Centurion with so much space. And that's another yellow card as well, this time for Paslak. We're going to bring off Carlos Elena soon. Probably after this highlight, and we'll bring on Jadis. Here is Carlos Elena on the ball now. Plays it forward for Ben Mackey. He's found Paslak on the overlap. Paslak's got the beating of his first man. Can't beat the second towards Antonio Madden. It's cleared away. Barisic, you have to be responding to that faster. And they're looking dangerous on the counter again. Liam Kelly saves this time. And cleared away by Ross McCrory. Oh, that's 2. That's going to go into full highlights as well. But can I please make my sub? Thank you. Jadis will come on for Carlos Elena. Get one of those booked players off the pitch. Very tempted to bring Antonio Madden off as well, but we'll leave that for now. Oh, highlights. I'm assuming the new January update patch has fixed that. And I'm being paranoid with it as it's whipped in. And Kramer puts it over. Ross McCrory also picking up a yellow here. We've got yellows all over the park. It's really not good. Lee Griffiths coming on for Joseph Martinez. We're going to make a sub now. Come up, pause please, so I can make that sub. We're going to bring John Hughes on for Solanke. And we'll bring on Manor Solomon for Antonio Madden. He did win the penalty, but he's tied in. And he's on a yellow kind of thing. Let's get some fresh legs in there. We've got another defensive booking. A Centurion comes forward again. Paslak with a crunching tackle, but falls to Lee Griffiths, who's put it just over. I'm going to demand a bit more here. See if we can just, get something out of the lads. Focused is the general response. Throw in, finds Fosu Mensah. Switches quickly to Barisic. Back to Casey Palmer. Manor Solomon cuts inside. Goes alone. It's in the back of the net. Oh, 2-1 up with 13 minutes to go. It's a decent switch there from Fosu Mensah. Just didn't maybe have the pace on it to find anyone and keep the space. But Solomon gets turned onto his right foot with 3 men around him and finds the bottom corner. He's not had a great season this year compared to last year. I've not seen him breezing past players. But I think there's certainly more emphasis on marking him this year. And Madden has the same issue when they're playing on that left-hand side. McCrory, no way, ref. Absolutely no way. I would love to watch this back, because that is never a red. Fosu Mensah will come back into defence because we've got no other options right now until we can make a sub, which would be extra time, which we don't really want to go to. I think what we're going to do is we're going to bring players back and we'll play you as an inverted winger on support. Bring you back as a winger on attack still. We'll go a bit more cautious. Stop playing out of defence. Stop working the ball in the box. Bit more direct. Bit more disciplined. Stop taking and stop distributing. Hold shape, regroup. And maybe just push the line of engagement back to standard. And medium intensity for pressing. Confirm the changes. I want to see that red card again, because for me, never a red. It's only the second red we've had this season. Both have felt to Ross McCrory, and I feel neither of them have been reds. I did appeal the Aberdeen one, didn't get overturned unfortunately. As a Centurion, he looks a very good player. I've not came across him before, but he does have something about him. Romario, cleared away. Solomon, he's got John Hughes ahead of him and he's just trying to run. Passing directness, mate. Passing directness, but it's all over. We've won the Betfred Cup despite that red card. And a 2-1 victory against Celtic at Hampden. It's got the trophy in the bag. This lad here, I want to have a look at him. I'm going to come back and have a proper look at Ricardo Centurion, because I don't know, there's just something about that lad that I want to see. But I'll do that off camera, guys. So we need to have a look at where the next episode is going to come. And I was debating this. The Europa League's irrelevant now. Really, we're through. It's not really much of a concern. So why don't we come back for Celtic again, and then Hearts, and then that'll take us into the January transfer window quite nicely, I think. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games away. It's kind of on the high end of the scale of what I would usually look at, but I think it's plenty of time, and gives us a decent break as well. Keeps us on sort of an episode schedule, and as I say, gets us into the January transfer window. So this week would be this episode, that episode, and then January transfer window review at the other side. So yeah, we'll do that, guys. If you've enjoyed this episode, it's been 2 big wins. I can't remember the last time I said that on a recorded episode. But if you've enjoyed it, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll hopefully catch you all next time.